Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Right. Right. We are going live. Okay. Let's get some stuff going. Just sharing this live stream. Here we go. Cool. Right. Got one going there. One live stream going there. See if we can get another one going here. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Just need to get my cable. But yeah, feel free to ask me any questions that you got down below. Give me 2 seconds. My phone is about to die. Let's give it 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Oh, hey, sir. Okay. I've been live streaming a lot recently because I've heard that it's overtaking everything right now. I mean, I know live stream's pretty well established in China, but in the West, it's like taking off now. Finally, I mean, China is 10 years ahead on everything, but it's exciting to see. Finally, that the West is kind of catching up with what's going on. So yeah, live streaming your glowing hi. Who's Kardashian? Hopefully that's Kim. So oh, thank you. Thank you. I've never really been told I look gorgeous before, which is lovely to hear. High key, love your energy. Thank you. Well, in the videos or now, because right now it's at the end of the day. I've been up since today. I woke up at 5:30. I went straight to the gym. I've been working all day. I've been following the news. I don't know if anyone's been following what's been happening with this new AI. There's a new AI called Claude Bot, which is very exciting indeed. And but kind of scary at the same time because this new AI, yeah, it's a little bit scary because you kind of got to give over all your data, right? Which is never good. You never want to give something all of your data. That's always oh, brilliant. I'm glad you went to the gym at 6 a.m. I'm glad that I've got multiple live streams here going on at once. So I'm trying to build my wrists as well with this thing. So good to hear, guys. If you've been in the gym, that's really good news. Feel free to ask me any questions that you might have. I'm glad that I encouraged you to get in the gym at 6 a.m. That's brilliant. I need another cable. My phone's about to die. Give me 2 seconds. I've got another phone that's live streaming. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, in the West right now, TikTok is kind of finally with TikTok Shop. It's finally kind of kicking off, which is good to see. And oh my, how are you so sparkling? God, I wish this was Kim Kardashian speaking to me right now. The reason why I say Kardashian is because the person messaging me right now is Kardashian. Their name is Kardashian. She's single, I hear, as well, Kim Kardashian. Let me just put that in there. Because my phone is about to die. There we go. Back on it. Okay. God, I've got multiple live streams going here. Cool. Exciting. This is exciting, guys. I've got live stream here, live stream here, live stream here, all flying at the same time. Multiple platforms. So yeah, I am in China. Where am I from in the UK? That's a good question. All over a little bit, but my accent is from the south of England. That's where I grew up. I grew up around the home counties. I was never a big London guy. I never really went in and out of London, mainly because my parents wouldn't let me go. They were quite protective of me. But I but yeah, it was an interesting childhood because I grew up in the countryside. So give me 2 seconds, guys. I need one of those baby wipes to wipe some stuff. I have been live streaming recently, though, to just get, these platforms. They're all based on how long you live stream and look at what's his name, iShowSpeed, and all these kind of guys. The way they started is they just started. So I do like this style a little bit more. I wish I was a bit more eloquent in the way I'm speaking, but you can invite. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can just invite people in. It's pretty cool. I'm always open to having people in my live streams. I don't mind that, by the way. If anyone wants to join in, jump in. This is going to be for my passport. Just a little cleanie. I have a unique passport, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to show you my passport, but my passport says Her Majesty in it. It doesn't say His Majesty. So it's kind of a bit of a relic now. So I did get a new passport, but I got it just before the Queen passed away. So it's that color. I'm not going to show you anything more, but yeah, pretty interesting, right? That my passport is one of the final well, not one of the final. It still says Her Majesty in it. It doesn't say His Majesty. Anyway, interesting news today that I saw about this Claude bot, this new AI that's just come out. Scary in the sense that you would have to give up all of your data if you do want to use it. But at the same time, that's a Labubu. I've been given quite a few Labubus now, and I've never opened one because I just feel like this might be worth something one day. So I don't want to open it. I've still got the box. I've got another one. I've actually got a real. I don't know if these are not actual Labubus, or are they? Oh, these are more dependent. But yeah, I do have Labubus. I don't get it, but as in the concept of Labubu, but at the same time, I'm not going to say no if someone wants to give me a free Labubu. So yeah, I saw that in the news. This new Claude bot. It's called. It's a new AI. Yes, I am in China. It's pretty obvious I'm in China. If you look at my videos, it's pretty obvious I'm in China. I live in China. I do want to play some music, but the issue with playing some music is it might get flagged on one of the platforms, which is a little bit annoying. I think. I wonder if I could switch that. No. So that's my new iPhone. That's my old iPhone. And the old one, the camera is not the best. It does the job. Right, I've really got to. I would not want you guys to see my desk right now. It is an absolute nightmare. So I'm going to work on moving some of this stuff. That's my birthday cake from a few weeks ago. There you go. Happy birthday. I did a video on that, so check that out. Where can I put that? Put that there. Where can I put that where it's going to stay up, but not make a sound each time? That's an odd one. And I got this from the WeChat team. That's pretty cool. They gave me this little gift, which is actually a phone holder. You can put your phone in that. Quite like that. It's pretty cool. I've got loads of these kind of little phone holders things. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, where could I put this where it's not going to get... Not sure. Anyway, ooh. It's quite a lot of people in this live stream. Wow. 70 people. That's insane. It's a lot of people. A lot of people. So guys, yeah, feel free to ask me some questions. I've got, I said, there's a lot that's come out in the news today, which I found really interesting. This new AI, this Claude bot, which I'm looking into right now. I haven't signed up to it because I'm still not sure about it because of the privacy issues. Am I familiar with China? That's a big question. It's something that I'm always still studying, still learning about. I wouldn't call myself a China expert, and anyone that calls themselves a China expert is a fraud. I have some knowledge on how to do things in China and how to live. Hui Jiang Zhongwen. I can speak Chinese. My Mandarin level is HSK 4. I'm studying for the HSK 5, which I'm planning to do this year, which I'm just going to book. I'm just going to book the exam and just do it. But it's something that I'm working on. At the moment, I've just got the old flashcards, which I'm just going through each day at the moment, just getting a bit of, refresher. But really, the best way to learn Chinese is you just get out and speak to people. I've always found that. I don't speak to young people. Young people, their English is too good. They're going to get... It's something I worked out many years ago, is you should never speak Chinese with young people because eventually they're going to switch to English. They're sneaky. So I always try and speak Chinese with kind of older people. And their Chinese is more Biaozhun. I think about it. I would rather learn English from a 60 or 70 or 80-year-old man or woman. I would not want to learn English from a 20 or 30-year-old teacher nowadays because they go, "Oh, what, mate? How you doing?" They're not going to be as standardized, proper English, Queen's English. And it's the same problem. Is it the same with Chinese? I'd probably want to learn from... My best Chinese teachers were the what we call ai, those aunties of 50, 60, 70 years old, the strict ones that say, "No, it's the third tone." Those were the best ones. My best. So, yeah, I've always been... the best teacher I ever had was in when I lived in Tianjin in 2013. That was the best teacher. She was so strict with me. She'd be like, "Bushu ershang, sanshang." It's the third tone. She'd be really, because foreigners, we always mix up the second and third tone. So she was always good with that stuff. Yeah, I'm obviously doing a lot more live streaming now. I think this is kind of where content is going. And I probably missed the boat a bit to do those kind of long form, 10, 20-minute videos. I mean, there's never a I wish I'd done it 10 years ago. That's always the big thing, right? Of course, I wish I'd kind of started, like anything. It's always better to start earlier. I wish I'd started going to the gym earlier. I wish I'd started studying Chinese earlier, but it's always best to start when you can. And that's why this AI stuff is so important at the moment. Is so important for you guys to get on board with AI and start to use it and understand it. It's changing everything. And if you're not on board, you're kind of going to get left behind. Unfortunately, that's kind of where things are with AI. Or there's a war coming, who knows? And then we'll all be fighting on the front lines. I say that as a joke, but I grew up on the Terminator movies, and I love those movies. James Cameron. And who knows? He could be. I mean, Musk was saying this the other day. Elon Musk gave a speech at Davos, and he was saying, "Yeah, we don't want a Terminator situation." I was thinking, well, it's all right for you. You got loads of money, mate. You're about to be given $1 trillion, but for us, laymen, right? It's it's kind of a tough one. I admire you for having the courage to do this kind of work related to China. Well, I appreciate that. It's very kind words. I'm interested to know what you guys do. Do message what you guys are up to. Because I'm always interested to know what other, like, some people get a little bit confused with what I do. As in, like, what do I actually do am I Wang Hong? Am I this? Am I that? So my main business is actually connecting international companies in China with their marketing. So getting them to do Chinese social media mainly, but and expos and things like that. I wouldn't say I'm a Wang Hong, Borju. I'm a content creator, but I wouldn't say I'm a massive well, I'm not a massive influencer. I've got a few 100,000 fans in China, but I would classify myself as a content creator. I do content pretty much every day. And the question about how long have I been in China, it's kind of one of those questions that's a bit redundant to me. I'm not criticizing you guys. It's one of those questions that doesn't really, I've answered it so many times now, and I've answered it in a lot of my videos as well. So I'd suggest, like, go back through my videos. You can, all the shrimping. Have a look at my videos. But yeah, over 10 years. I'll just answer over 10 years. So I'm working on multiple things right now. Do you think Thailand will be the new market? I think it will be one of them. I think there's a lot of opportunities in Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam. Vietnam, I'd say more than Thailand. Malaysia, Indonesia, like those 4 countries, there's definitely opportunities right now. But it's like what, people say, what opportunities? I think it's you gotta have the right partners. Like, I know the go-to people for Vietnam and Indonesia. I know the go-to person for that. You wouldn't try and crack that by yourself. I would always go to someone that's experienced first. It's a bit like China. I get international companies approaching me all the time and saying, if I was entering a new market, I wouldn't want to go in cold. I'd want to speak to an expert first, and I'd pay for that. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this. This is a bit of a mentality sometimes with some people is they want to do everything on the cheap, and you can't. Like you have to, put your hand in your pocket sometimes, guys, and kind of get moving. Something which was a little bit frustrating for me today, and I'm going to be completely honest, is I've got this group of friends in China that actually I'm not going to tell that story now. I'm going to save that one. I'll save that one for another day, maybe. Notifications. There's that sound. It's going do 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 do. Yeah, keep the questions coming. Wow, it's a lot of people in this live stream. Fantastic. A lot of people. And welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Step off the train. Walking down your street again. Wow. 160 people. That's insane. Wow, a lot of people. Okay. Oh, no. Don't make a sound. There we go. So this is interesting, guys. I don't know if any of you saw why is there no music today? Good question. So when I've put music in before, I'm not going to mention the platforms, but some of the platforms flag it. Not the Chinese platforms. That's why I love the Chinese platforms. Chinese platforms, you can play whatever music you want, but they never flag you. But the platforms that I'm also live streaming here and here, they can be a little bit funny if I play music, which I understand, musicians and copyright and all that kind of stuff, but maybe they should be focusing on platforms like Spotify and all those guys that are absolutely milking content, musicians and bands, right? Cool. Yeah, I mean, copyright it's complicated thing. I mean, I studied law at university, and it's probably one of the most interesting parts about law. Actually, it's like copyright, and now with AI, this kind of opened up the doors for. Your accent is authentic. Thank you. Although I'm not an English teacher, I have to let you guys know that. And also, I find that Chinese people don't want to pay for English classes anymore, which is madness. I think if there's so many English students, Chinese students that want to learn English, but they don't want to pay. So if I was to learn Chinese, I wouldn't do it for free. I'd pay a proper teacher who speaks Chinese at me all the time. I was speaking to some content creators in China that are pretty popular. They're a lot bigger than me, and they were complaining the other day that they're big English, like Lao Shi, Wang Hong, and yeah, they were saying how the whole market now is kind of changing with English learning. Which is not good. Because I think if you're a good English teacher, I think I was a pretty good English teacher. I did a bit of English teaching when I first came to China and things like that. But I'm a good teacher, but I had to, I was also almost like a therapist as well. I found that I was having to deal with kids and their issues, and I didn't mind it. It was just like, I remember, this is crazy, when I was teaching in a certain city, and I used to get paid 150 renminbi. This was like over 10 years ago, but I used to get paid 150 renminbi an hour, which is nothing, right? But I would love to pay for learning some slang. Yeah, but how much would you pay? That's the thing. Like, a lot of people approach me and like, hey, Daniel, I want to learn English with you. It's like, yeah, brilliant. I'm not really an English teacher. What I can teach you is more life coaching and business and how to sort your life out. That's kind of what I'm good at, plus speaking English. See, again, 150 RMB, it's just nothing, right? It's nothing, right? Like, I wouldn't, it's just a ridiculous price. I mean, I think I'm worth at least 10 times that. Like, I'm worth, for like my time, I'm way over 150 an hour, like 150 pounds. Yeah, maybe. Let's say like 1,500 RMB at least, I'd say, nowadays. Because if you learn English with me, you wouldn't just be learning English, you'd be learning business. But I don't want to teach English. It's not what I do. Some foreigners are very good at it. Some want to do that. It's not my thing at all. I have no interest in, in English and in teaching it, at least. I'm interested in the language, and I did in the early days when I actually had more inquiries about learning English in the early days of my channel, because I was a 学习英语的网红. I had a lot more inquiries back then, and I used to get guys paying a lot more. Let's just say more than 1,500 RMB just to have an hour with me. And that was a few years ago now. It depends on the chart. Like, that's a good question. It's not expensive at all. That's not like 1,500 RMB to have an hour with me is not expensive at all, considering what you'd be learning. So let's just go to that point. In this era, if a child wants to learn English, does he need a teacher? Well, it depends on the level of the child, right? But in those early years, teachers played a massive role in my life, not just as learning stuff, but one of my teachers from high school, I still meet him once a year. Like, he's still a big part of my life. He's been a huge influence. He's the guy that got me into politics and read, like proper reading, not just reading Harry Potter, but reading Orwell and D.H. Lawrence and all the Sherlock Holmes novels and Arthur Conan Doyle and all that stuff, you know. So, can you speak slowly? No. I'm going to speak however I want to. I'm not going to get told by anyone how I can speak. Chinese love something like, yeah, I find that like the audiences now in China, they want like a 10 renminbi course and they think it's going to solve everything. And it's just like that mindset is, it's just going to kill you as a society to have everything so cheap. Things like Pinduoduo and that kind of like really cheap lifestyle mindset is just going to kill you as a person and as a society. Like it's just a race to the bottom. You know, it's not good. Yeah, I think it's a bit like, would you rather eat at McDonald's or would you rather eat at a fine dining, clean? You know, it's kind of like you're paying for quality. You can either have a McDonald's teacher or you can have like a 5 dining Michelin star. I would say I'm Michelin star. But consistent. You know, your Michelin star, you might go once or twice a year, if that. But I'm a consistent. Anyway, I'm not a teacher. Everyone keeps saying, like, if you approach me about learning English, I'm not interested. Literally, I can count on one hand in the last few years when I had genuine students come to me and say, look, Daniel, this is my budget. You know, it's well over 1,000 RMB an hour. And can I learn English with you? And like, I have proper, I only consider those kind of students. Anyone that quotes me less than 1,000 RMB. And also I wouldn't do 1,000 RMB an hour. I'm worth a lot more. Absolutely. Because it's not just the accent. You're not just learning English. You're learning life skills. I don't teach English. I'm a businessman. So that's something else to consider. Oh, I really need to drink some water. That's the thing. When I'm speaking, my brain just... Is there a big difference between British English and Aussie English? Again, I don't want this to be about an English. This is not an English live stream. 不是英语学习英语的直播。我的直播不是学习英语的直播。You know, I know Chinese people are curious. I know you guys are curious about the language of English, but I'm not here to teach English and discuss the nuances of English. What I can say is British English and Aussie English is probably closer than American English, and you know, we seem to share a lot more. And Aussies will rarely say to me like, "What do you say?" But Americans seem to not understand everything that I'm saying all the time. That's a good question. Do I like Chinese tea or British tea bag? I like both, but actually, when I'm in China, I don't really eat British eat tea. You wouldn't eat tea. I wouldn't drink British tea bags. I didn't realize this. Actually, British tea bags is like, although the bag itself is really bad for you. It's probably why we're losing our hair. Chinese tea is really good. Actually, I'm not really a big Chinese tea drinker. I'll drink it when it's put in front of me, but generally I have coffee. I'm a coffee kind of guy. Coffee is one of the greatest inventions ever. When you're feeling a bit low, you just have a coffee and it kind of gives you a boost for a few hours. And it's good to come. I would rather have coffee than beer or wine or alcohol. I'm all about the caffeinated stuff. It's the only drug I would take, which is coffee. Which football team do you support? I'm an Arsenal supporter. I always have been through the ups and downs. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. There's over 280 people in here. That's insane. The most I on live stream was over 1,000 people. That was, and I remember it was a cold. I want to say it was a cold February morning in 2021. And I remember it was like 8 in the morning. It was literally, it was, no, actually, it might have been earlier. It might have been 7:30 in the morning here in Shanghai. It's your first time to see me. Wow. I mean, I'm shocked. It should be, you should have been earlier. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, that you didn't see me earlier. Nah, I'm kidding. At the moment, I'm just sorting out the old my desk, because it's always better to have a tidy. I've already talked about my job, like kind of what I do, but my main business at the moment is connecting international companies in China with marketing, PR, events, WeChat mini programs. So essentially, an international company, first time to China, or they've already been in China, they've got loads of pain, they don't understand the market, or their sales are dropping. And I connect them with a number of different marketing agencies that I work with, and they deliver on the work. But yeah, essentially, I kind of connect the two. That's what I do. Connecting companies together in China. So I'm just having a bit of a clean. It means I have to do a lot of business development, a lot of sales. And then I do content just to kind of show that I'm a China quote unquote expert, although I never call myself an expert. Strategist would be. You fun or no idea what that means. Plastic bottle is not good for you. Have better to use. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, this is, but to have this in glass is probably I drink at least one of these every day, probably more. I think these would sell. I mean, these are quite expensive now on Taobao and stuff. No, I also live stream on YouTube and TikTok, not Douyin. Douyin and Xiaohongshu are very funny. Xiaohongshu is my biggest platform. Xiaohongshu, I've got over 176, 7, 8,000 fans on there. It's a lot of fans, right? But every time I do a live stream on Red Note, Xiaohongshu, they just cut me. Maybe because I'm speaking too much English, but and then Douyin, they're very funny. Douyin is very funny with foreigners live streaming on there. They shouldn't be. But yeah, YouTube, Weixin Shiping, WeChat, TikTok are all great. I love them. They let me do what I want and say what I want. Right. Next, what was I going to say? I mean, can you tell joke or make fun or no? Maybe you guys tell some jokes. Tell some jokes in the comments. Tell some jokes, and I'll tell you whether they're funny or not. Are your jokes funny? I'll tell you what, I don't know. Are there any Chinese jokes that are against foreigners? There must be, right? Because in English culture, we have a lot of jokes that are racist or or kind of against people. A classic one would be like an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman. That's a classic English joke. Walk into a bar. Okay, I don't know if I all these jokes coming in. What bank is not a bank? I don't know. I'm waiting for the punchline. What bank is not a bank? Is that a joke or is that a question? I'm not sure. I still don't know. Again, do you know how to make Irish people drunk? I don't understand the punchline to that one. That makes no sense. Ah, is that wait? Is that wait? I'm confused. What bank is not a bank? A power bank. I don't. Such a silly joke. At least there's no race in there. Thank God. Um, but yeah, guys, do you have any? This is what I want to ask the Chinese audiences. Do you have jokes that are again like anti-foreigner jokes? Because we've got plenty in England. We've got plenty of anti-foreigner jokes. But I don't know. Keep the jokes coming. It's pretty funny. I like this. Put your joke. No racist jokes, by the way, guys. I don't want any racist. I don't want anything that is against anyone. Anything discriminatory. Try and keep it clean, if you can. Right, I'm gonna. All right, Sam. Ooh, this is gonna be my new desk. I can. Not I don't want to say anti-foreigner jokes. What I mean is like a funny joke that is kind of about British people or something that's not it's not racist, but it's kind of because I always hear the thing about, oh, you look like Mr. Bean, or I hear that it's not really a joke, it's more of just like focused on my appearance. Okay. Is that a joke, Olga? Do you know where my boyfriend from? That's quite a funny one. Do you know where my boyfriend is from? He is from another nation. Imagination. That's pretty funny. I like that. That is really funny. I like that. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna steal that as well. Next time I'm with my friends, I'm totally stealing that if that's okay. That's really funny. Guangdong joke. I don't know. Maybe you guys can teach me some Chinese jokes that are not racist but are funny. I know the joke about that. I do know one Chinese joke. I don't know how to say it in Chinese. There's a joke about how do you get a was it how do you get an elephant in a fridge? No, how do you I can't remember. How do you get a giraffe in a fridge that's got an elephant in it or something like that, and you just open the fridge door, take the elephant out and put the elephant in. There's some silly joke like that. Do I have Cantonese friends? Plenty of them. I've got plenty of friends from Guangdong and Hong Kong, Macau. Plenty. Too many. Got too many friends. Ask them how to say flower bridge in Cantonese. Is that a joke? Hua Qiao? Is that a good did I nail that not translation, that pronunciation just then? Hua Qiao? Haha. That's what I want. That's what I want. Kind of language joke. Yeah, I guess it's more language jokes. 好的，我们可以说中文。I'm speaking English because I'm also on two English platforms, which I can't. I'm on TikTok and YouTube, not Douyin, it's TikTok. Oh, it's good to have a good old clean. Just a good old clean of everything. Good old clean. Fresh. It's fresh. All these photos. Someone's putting photos in my comments. I can't see the photo. That's the problem, though. When you clean is noisy. Yeah, I know. When you clean is noisy. It's very Chinglish. But it's probably. I always think about that. Like I should never. I should really. I always think about that when I speak to Chinese people in English. I should try and slow it down a bit. Sometimes I say it a little bit too quickly. Blah, 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 blah. And actually, it's like it's a bit like when Chinese people speak Chinese with me. It's very quick sometimes. Oh, there's too many comments now. I can't keep up. This is what you want. Too many comments. Where are we? Okay. I'll move you guys. This is the TikTok one. Let's move this over here. It's a lot easier now. Okay. Hold on. There's too many comments. I don't understand that. Heaven is where the police are British, the chef French, the mechanism German. Well, I don't know about police in the UK. That's a big problem right now. I would argue the police are very understaffed in the UK. It's a big issue. Well, UK will always be my home, but it's not the UK that I grew up in, the 90s. I know it's never going to be the same, but what do I think about the time Chinese students spend at study? So I see both sides. I think UK students don't study enough at school, and then Chinese students study too much. So if they were both able to find if English students were to study a little bit more and Chinese students could study a little bit less, like Chinese students just have a little bit more of a break, then I think that would be better. I like this joke from Ryan. Hell is where the chef is British and the mechanics are French. By the way, British food is tasty. And look at some of the top Michelin star chefs. Where are they from? They are British. Gordon Ramsay, Heston Blumenthal, you name it, they're all British. There's a lot. I think the French have the most. Is it true that the French have the most Michelin star? That's a good question. Who has the most Michelin star chefs by country? What do you want to guess, guys? The British food is tasty. You guys just haven't tried it properly. Sorry, there's too many questions now. Why are you live streaming on the channel? Good question. I like to speak to people. Wow, 500 people in here. It's insane. Who has the most Michelin star chefs by country? Right. What do you want to guess, guys? Top 5 Michelin star chefs. Yeah. Okay. French number 1. Yeah. Who would be number 2? It's probably not who you think, actually. So yeah, French cuisine is up there. There's some really good French restaurants in Shanghai, actually. No, Italy is number 3. You'll be surprised. Number 2. Oh no, sorry. Oh, it's kind of tied. Italy and not Turkey. Turkey's not in the top 10. Turkish food is tasty. I'm sure they do have some Michelin star. That's interesting. Italy. Japan, right? So Japan, France is number 1. According to this, Italy and Japan are tied. Both have 393 stars. Who's number 4? Number 4, I'm a little bit surprised at, actually. I thought the UK or US would be number 4. Number 4. Who is number 4? Michelin star chefs. Sorry, if I miss a question, just ask it again or ask it multiple times. Sorry if I do miss your question, I do apologize. People complaining, why you missed my question? Love me, Daniel. Why did you? No, I did answer your question about the UK. I mean, the good news is Keir Starmer, our prime minister, is actually in China. I think this week he's meeting Xi Jinping, which is so important. I've been banging on about this for like the last over 10 years. Like, the government needs to be meeting more. UK government needs to be meeting China more. And China's always been open to meeting. It's just UK government is so backward. No, Korea's not in the top 10. All right, I'll tell you guys, right? Number 4. Who's the 4th? Number 4 Michelin star. So you got France, Italy, Japan, or France, Japan, Italy. No, so it's France, Italy, Japan. Number 4. Number 2, they're saying Italy here. Japan is number 3. Number 4. Which I'm a little bit surprised at. Number 4 is Germany. Germany. I wouldn't have thought Germany. Number 5 is a little bit surprising as well. When I think of this country, I think the food is good, but I wouldn't think it's full of Michelin star chefs. Number 5. Yeah. China is in the top 10, but they're not in the top 5. I'll tell you number 5. Number 5 is España, Spain. Surprising. That's surprising to me, not because I don't think they got good food. I just think that, I don't know, for some reason, I just think like France, Italy, who would be a really fine cuisine. I'd probably put the UK in there. I thought the UK is full of Michelin star. Number 6 kind of makes sense. Number 6. Number 6 is the United States of America. Number 7, my country, Great Britain and Ireland. Although I thought it'd be higher. Number 8 is a kind of small country. Greece is not in there. Greece, yeah, Greek food is pretty good. I'm quite surprised at yeah, I'm a little bit surprised at this one. Yeah, I'm surprised at number 8. Not Russia. Ooh, we don't discuss that one. Actually, Russian cuisine. I'm sure Russia would be top 20. Number 8 is Switzerland. Number 9. Can anyone take a guess? Number 9. Not Mexican. When you think of Mexico, you didn't think of they're full of Michelin star chefs. Number 9 is. I'm surprised as well, guys. Look, I don't have any gifts tonight. Where's all the gifts? There's like over 600, nearly 700 people in here. Where's the gifts? And you make it all. I see you guys giving gifts to other live streamers. I'm giving you guys value here. I'm telling you guys the Michelin star chefs. Number 9. Number 9 is Zhongguo, China. And number 10. Can anyone take a guess at number 10? So we've got France, number 1, Italy, Japan, Germany, Spain, United States, UK, Switzerland, China, and number 10. Not South Korea. I'm not a big fan of Korean food, actually. I'm not a big fan of K-pop, Korean food. Some of the movies and TV shows are okay, but I don't know why Chinese stuff is not more popular. Like, why is C-pop not more popular? Like, Chinese pop, why is that not more popular than the Korean stuff? I'm flying the flag for China with the music. I think Chinese music has more Wenro, more passion. Not Australia. Australia would be a bit small, I think. It's actually Singapore, Singapore. So yeah, interesting little countdown. Interesting little countdown. Good questions, guys. Good questions. Yeah, I've kind of tidied my desk somewhat. We're getting there. This is my. So yeah, it's quite an extensive list. But yeah, the fastest growing platform right now in the world, obviously apart from WeChat, is actually TikTok. TikTok is absolutely smashing it right now, which is surprising. Okay. Where did I put my wet wipes? There we go. Anyway, guys, I might cut it off there. A nice hour live stream. We've covered a lot. If you guys want to give me any gifts, I would welcome them. Mafange Wally Wall. Oh god, this has not been cleaned in a while. Always clean your keyboards, guys. At least once a week. The amount of dirt that you get on these is not good. Today's topic is send me more gifts. That's today's topic. Mafange Wally Wall. I will be doing a live stream hopefully tomorrow morning first thing. I usually do a live stream around 7 a.m. in China. 大概7点我会做直播，早上7点. So you're welcome to join. It's not early. Just wake up earlier, guys. So around 7 China time. Beijing time, I do a live stream. Usually doing my bit of cardio. Wow, 800 people. You also agreed? Not really. I've given an hour of my time to speak to you guys, and that's not greedy at all. You get free. Everyone wants everything for free. Free, 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 for free. And I'm hopefully going to be doing more live streams. I like this style. I like just speaking at the camera because I've always got things to say and I've always got words of wisdom. Little golden nuggets for you guys. So yeah, guys, 现在我会下播. I'm going to end it there. 我感谢你们的支持. And or should I continue? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Should I cook some food, eat, or you guys talk? Or do I shabo? What do you think? I'll leave you guys to it. I'm going to cook some food. Or Hui's or fan. It'll take me about 2 or 3 minutes. I'll come back and forth. But if anybody's got any questions, what do you think? I'm starving right now. Well, Ursula, 我要吃饭. We're not going to talk about that particular individual. We're going to talk about me because I'm more important. Wow, nearly 900 people in here. That is absolutely insane. I can't believe it. No, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Wow, it's quite a lot. And it's added another 100 fans to my wow. So right now on WeChat, I have 57,000 fans, which is pretty good. Most of those are probably AI. My YouTube, I have, what's that, about 1,500. It's not great. My TikTok, I've got, this is not Douyin. Actually, what do you guys call TikTok in China? Is it TikTok? 中文怎么说？不是抖音，我说老外的抖音怎么说？like the Western, 国外的抖音 TikTok. I'm going to cook some food. I'll quickly answer this question first. When I get a really bad grade in exam, what should I do to adjust myself? So the first thing is when you get a bad piece of news, the first thing you should always think is like, it's not the end of the world. Well, I'm talking about this situation. No. In life, you're not going to nail every single exam you ever did. You're not going to get 100% on every single exam. No one ever has. Like, there's always going to be. But if you get a bad grade, you got to think, okay, why did you get a bad grade? Did you really study hard enough for it? Was your strategy good? Usually when you get a bad grade, it's because you didn't study hard enough. You didn't study smart would be the best way to describe it. But yeah, I'm going to go cook. I want some, you just call it TikTok? Really? Wow. Over 900 people in here. That is insane. Joe Biden 在我的直播疯了. Oh, 也是醉了. No, I'm not drunk. What I want to say is it's a Chinese phrase. Anyway, guys, yeah, keep 点个赞，评个论，发给我礼物. And I'm just going to go get some food. Give me 2 seconds. 加油，点赞，你可以给我1分钟. TikTok, there must be a Chinese word for TikTok. I know you've got Douyin, but there must be. So, yeah, give me 2 seconds. Right, that is cooking. There's no Zan. No one gave me a Zan. So, yeah, I might have to cut this off soon, guys. I've got quite a lot to do. Well, handle the condor. So I'm gonna Marshan Shabor, guys. Yeah, guys, I'm cooking, but I'm probably I'll save that for next time. I didn't get any gifts. That's the deal. If I get gifts, I get Zan, I get likes. I'm gonna give you guys. You can see my food. So, all right, guys. Shinzai or Huishabo, I'm gonna cut it there. I've got a bit of work to do. I think over an hour live stream is more than enough. I also did another hour this morning, so it's 2 hours today out of my 24 hours. Anyway, guys, appreciate the support. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, you can just message me. And yeah, Jayo, what I Neiman. Appreciate your support. You guys are amazing. You rock. I'm gonna have dinner now. Thank you, guys. All the best. Jayo, Dayjen. Bye bye.